I used to believe God leaves quietly, not with anger, not with noise, just silence. I believed he stepped away the same way people do, slowly, invisibly, without explanation, because that's what it felt like. When prayers kept rising but answers never came, when nights became longer than days, when I stared at the ceiling asking questions I didn't have the courage to say out loud, that's when the thought entered my heart. God has left me. I didn't say it with bitterness. I said it with exhaustion. I said it after waiting too long, after believing too hard, after hoping until hope itself felt heavy. Life didn't pause for my faith. Bills kept coming. Doors stayed shut. People who once promised to stay slowly disappeared. And I thought, if God was here, it wouldn't hurt this much. So I stopped expecting good news, not because I wanted to be negative, but because disappointment hurts less when you're prepared for it. I still showed up, still smiled when required, still lived. But something inside me grew quiet. Faith didn't disappear, it was wounded. And wounded faith asked dangerous questions. Why keep praying? Why keep believing? Why trust a God who feels distant? I watched others speak of miracles, breakthroughs, testimonies, and I wondered what made me different, what I did wrong, what prayer I missed, what flaw made heaven pass me by. That's when shame joined the silence. Because when you believe God has left, you begin to believe you deserve it. So I lowered my expectations, stopped dreaming out loud, stopped asking for big things. I told myself, survive, don't hope too much. And survival became my new faith, one day at a time, one breath at a time. But something didn't add up. Even in my weakest moments, I didn't fall apart completely. I bent, I cried, I questioned everything, but I didn't collapse. I survived things that should have destroyed me, loss that should have broken me, loneliness that should have consumed me, and I couldn't explain why. If God had truly left, why was I still standing? If heaven had abandoned me, where did the strength come from? One night alone and tired of pretending, I didn't pray a perfect prayer. I just whispered, if you're still here, I don't feel you. No thunder answered, no voice spoke, no miracle happened. But something shifted. I realized God never promised a pain-free life. He promised His presence within it. And presence doesn't always feel loud. Sometimes presence looks like endurance. Sometimes it looks like waking up again, like not giving up when quitting feels easier, like strength you can't explain. I looked back at the moments I called abandonment, the rejection, the failure, the waiting, and I saw something I missed. I wasn't alone. I was carried, because if God had truly left, I would have stayed on the floor. If God had walked away, I wouldn't have survived nights that nearly swallowed me whole. The silence wasn't absence. It was closeness. God wasn't speaking because He was holding me together. Some lessons don't come with words. They come with endurance. Some answers don't arrive as explanations. They arrive as growth. God wasn't ignoring me. He was building depth, strengthening roots no one could see. Because shallow faith collapses under pressure, but deep faith survives silence. God stayed when people left. God remained when hope felt foolish. God stood guard when I thought I was abandoned. He didn't remove the storm. He anchored me inside it. And now I understand. The moments I thought God left were the moments He was closest. So if you're listening to this and you feel forgotten, if prayers feel heavy, if faith feels tired, if silence feels like rejection, hear this clearly. God never left you. He's in the breath you're taking, the strength you don't understand, the fact that you're still here. Silence does not mean absence. Sometimes God is quiet because he is close. And one day you will look back at this season and see the truth. God never left. He stayed.